know what time it is. 2 drinks with the fellas.
Oh, I think you know it.
This is more than a podcast with some real life conversations. Better get your drinks ready.
Yo, what's going on, my beautiful peoples? It's your man's Ken, aka Mr. On My Grind. Constantly grinding to get to that next dime. And like always, I got my partner in crime, and he is.
Man, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy B.Mase, and we about to get into that.
You already know, baby. Now, we about to change the mood tonight, y'all. So for this episode, we have an author. And she really gets your mind going, gets you thinking in depth, okay? We have the one, the only Miss Jennifer Ollie, the author of Thoughts. It's a great book. Say what's up, Miss Ollie.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much for ordering your book. You have it ready at the ready. I mean, I really appreciate the support. Well, hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer Ollie. I am the author and creator of my new self-published book. It is entitled Thoughts.
Oh, and we're going to jump into her thoughts today. You did?
Indeed.
Y'all know how we get out. B.Mase, what you sipping on tonight, bro?
So since we on our grown and sexy tonight, I went ahead and caught me a bottle of that double XL wine, that pineapple. What you drinking on tonight, Jennifer?
Just a glass of Riesling. Nothing too major.
Nice. What you drinking on, bro?
You know what? I think me and you was on the same page because I got that double XL peach. Or no, I'm sorry, mango.
Okay.
So yeah, we about to step it up a notch tonight. You know what I'm saying? Get on some grown man type stuff. All right. So you know what? You know how we get this going, everybody. To get this episode going. Let's have a toast to another great episode. Clink clank.
Clickety clank.
Blink.
So let's get this going. Miss Jennifer Ollie, how you doing today? How's your day going so far?
Everything is everything for a Tuesday. Just out here adulting, normal things.
I feel you. So tell the people, where you from, ma?
I'm from Chicago. I'm born and raised from the south side of Chicago. I often tell people I live within city limits, but geographically, I'm very close to Calumet Park, if anybody's familiar with that area.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to Chicago Ag for high school. I went to U of I in Champaign for undergrad and Governor State for grad. So I'm from Chicago.
Chi-town with brains.
You better stun on them.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. So now, were you always into poetry at an early age, or how did this come about?
Yeah, so I've been writing since I was about 15 years old, and then when my mother, got wind of, some of my work and some of the things I was, doing, she took interest in me and sent me away to some writing camps during the summer of my junior and senior year, like going out to Northern, going to Southern for like writers workshops and doing little writers workshops locally in Chicago, to hone my craft. So then I went on to U of I and majored in journalism. Writing kind of shifts. Like I used to want to be a news anchor, work in TV and production. And so that was a lot of fun. And then afterwards, career changed a little bit. I went more into the mental health industry. So that's been
You a strong individual.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah. So I mean, all of the things kind of come together, understanding the why behind people think the way that they think and, being expressive and, and writing about it. Like all worlds, I often tell people all of the worlds come together in terms of, my journey. And then as of recent, I think, we all had some extra time on our hands during the pandemic to figure out what we wanted to do next or just to become innovative. But within the last 2 years, I just been like collecting all of these different pieces. And then I just decided to put it into a book. So here I am.
Good stuff. Cause I ain't even gonna front y'all. If I wasn't so deep into technology, psychology probably would have been my other major that I would have chose.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting industry. I mean, I'm a licensed therapist as well. So like in the days of practicing, it's been interesting to, talk to people through some of their issues and help them find coping mechanisms and things like that. And we all go through stuff. We all have to have our own personal escape. For me, writing is definitely one of those.
That kind of took the
Nice.
words out of my mouth for my next question. I was going to say, were you very expressive at an early age, being able to express your feelings?
Well, no, I think it's yes and no. I sometimes I'll listen to some of my friends and some of the things that they're going through, and I'm like, oh, that'll make for a nice, fictional
Mhm,
thing, to write about. Or it could be from some of my own personal experiences, through different stages in life. You go through, different stages of love and like and friendships and relationships and all of those things. And it just kind of comes together holistically, and then you can produce great bodies of work like what I just did.
Gotcha. So, how old were you when you wrote your first poem?
I was 15. And I think at the time I was probably upsetting my mom, like for not letting me
Hmm.
hang
Hmm.
out with some friends or do something. And I think too, with the previous generation, so that would be like they would be considered baby boomers. I don't
Hmm.
think they spent a lot of time talking to us, like, as children. It was always, "Do what I say," "Just because I said so," and things of that nature. And with me being as expressive as I am, I used to write to my parents to get my point across because if you try to
Hmm.
speak up, you gonna catch some hands or something. Like, you're gonna be in even more
Hmm.
trouble than what you already are. So, me trying to talk to my parents was never really an option. So and my mom would be like, "We weren't that bad." I'm like, "Yes, y'all were." Like, so, just writing out things to her, like, "Listen to me,
Hmm.
I'm a
Hmm.
person." So, I just think that that was something that, I kinda took from, as different phases of life.
Gotcha.
Nice.
I feel you on
Nice.
that. I'll be honest with you. I'm one of those people too. I can express myself better by putting it down on words. I think I was 13 or 14 when I wrote my first poem. Now, most people don't know, Mr. Oh My God, I've been writing poetry since I was 13. So, yeah.
Okay.
I
We're
just,
gonna have
I
to hear
just,
some.
I don't, put it on blast. I use it. That's like my ace in the pocket. I kind of use that for the ladies. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We gonna have to hear something.
Okay, you know what? Hold on, because I got like over 200 in my drafts. Hold on. Actually, you know what? This is the first time I'm actually do this
No, we not.
to the
We
world.
not gonna do that.
Nah, I ain't. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. All right, here we go.
Oh, you
Well, every now and then I have to pinch myself to see if I'm dreaming. For even in my wildest dreams, I never dreamed I'd ever find someone as tender-hearted, as sweet on me like you. That's just the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So, I've been writing for a while too, but I never really do it in public. I use it for my own weapon of mass destruction.
Okay.
But so is there any other type of writing you would like to do besides poetry? Like, would you like to go into something else?
Well, a part of my company that I started while we were all on lockdown, it's called A Written Dream LLC. I do provide biography sketches. So if someone's looking to update their biography, if they're receiving an award, or if they want to publish it on LinkedIn, or if they need it for, like a reading prompt per se, that is something that I do on the side. That's really, what the first initial intent was. And then I also would like to kind of get more into the creative writing space, maybe becoming a writer, for a love story, um, or, just something or like a series on a more smaller scale. So yeah, that would be nice.
I can definitely see that you writing for like a love story because I'm gonna get into your book thoughts.
Okay.
But looking at your material, I can definitely see you portraying a picture of an actual true love story of what realistically goes on. Because you can actually touch the fantasy and you can touch the real side of it of how love is actually going on instead of painting this fake picture. Cause I like what you did in the book, but I'm gonna let my brother finish asking your question, and then I'll dig deeper into your book once
Okay.
he gets his part off.
So, have you ever thought about anything like TV or short stories?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the goals. And then also one of the goals for the book is to actually use one of the poems like as a score. So to use one of the poems as if it was being read during a featured film, in a movie. So that is actually one of the goals of mine as well. So definitely, any romantic film, any
Hmm.
short story, any love series, I'm definitely open to it. Hoping in the future, I can meet, Ava DuVernay and meet Issa Rae and
Mm.
work with some of the greats like Mara Brock Akil, and to, be in a writer's room to create. I think that's definitely something that I would enjoy doing.
Did y'all catch that name drop? Did y'all catch that?
Yeah.
So that brings me to my next question. I know you said before some of your influences like Maya Angelou and why am I drawing a blank? Who else did you say?
Langston Hughes.
Langston Hughes. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Who? What? Is there any other influences?
Not so much, for those of the past, but obviously I'm very much inspired by, our local Chicago greats like Jay Ivy and Common, especially Jay Ivy because I've said this before on air, but he created a category at the Grammys for poetry. And is really paving a way for poets to receive nominations and awards for their work. And he's actually won, obviously the award multiple times. And it's very nice to see somebody from Chicago who, is African American and has traveled all over the world and worked with so many celebrities and great artists out here to put his art into the world. And then obviously, we can't, not talk about Common and all that he's done for
Oh
Chicago
yeah.
and all that he's done for the creators, the dreamers, the
The performing
believers,
arts.
all of us. I think we all have to start somewhere, and I think, why not have like some of the greatest inspirations from people who are from where you're from? I think that's just absolutely amazing.
So besides Common and Jay Ivy, is there anyone locally you would like to collab with?
Locally, man, I think well, go ahead, what you were about to say?
I'm gonna say it doesn't have to necessarily be locally Chicago. It could be anybody.
I really wanna work with Issa Rae. She's like my best friend in my head. Um, I really also wanna meet Tabitha Brown. I think she's amazing.
Hmm.
I've been trying to figure out, how to, well, I did try to give her a copy of my book when she was just here on tour, but I just think those people just being genuine,
Hmm.
and just, embracing someone. Oftentimes, like Issa Rae made a comment a few years ago. She always talks about networking. And whereas we're always trying to network up, but it's also important to network across because you never know in some of these conversations what can lead to the next thing or what can lead to your next path. But just being around people that I can identify with. I absolutely love Tabitha Brown. I think she has a true, genuine heart and loves people, like really, really loves people.
And it better slide too. Networking.
Message.
Yes, yes.
I mean, that's
So
where I get my namesake from. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
yes, and I mean, artist wise, like I don't know, this I'm gonna put it out there, but I love Jasmine Sullivan. She's also another bestie in my mind.
Hmm.
Like I think she was amazing. What she did on her latest project of hotels, that was amazing. Like I don't know if y'all listened to it, but Jasmine was giving the game on that album. Like it
Hmm.
was everything. And it's everything that I think women of my generation talk about, within my age group, being a millennial just really being able to relate, I think is what's most important. So yes, I would absolutely love to meet those people.
It's destined. Trust me, it's gonna happen. You put it
Yes.
out there in the universe, and it'll come to you.
Yeah, I believe you.
And,
Thank you for that.
like you said, just keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Keep networking. I mean, that's what that's how Two Drinks with the Fellas even started, from networking. And we got on to um the midday live show just from networking. So
Mhm.
I mean, come on now. That's all it is to it. I mean, you spitting game right there. B.Mase, let's go ahead and dive into this book though, bro.
Ah, you hold on to that, little buddy. Let's get into that top 5.
Let's go to Mr. On My Grind's top 5. You ready, Miss Ollie?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple different scenarios, and you go just tell us your top 5. So let's
Cool.
say, who's your top 5 poets?
Don't do this to me. My top 5 poets. Okay, Maya Angelou,
Mhm,
Langston Hughes, Nikki Giovanni,
mhm.
Zora Neale Hurston, and I'm gonna go with Jay Ivy. I'm gonna go with the crib.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. Good. So you kind of touch base on Issa Rae. So your top 5 actors, male or female, doesn't matter.
Oh, this is a good one because there's a lot of good actors out here and actresses. And I gotta say 5. All right. Nia Long, Lorenz Tate. He from Chicago too. I always like to
Mhm.
put home
We
in
can
there.
tell she likes Love Jones, y'all.
That's my favorite movie. We not gonna
Mm-hmm.
deny that. That's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite movie. Top 5. Okay, Issa Rae, because that's my best friend.
That's 3.
Um, 2 more. It's too many people out here that know how to act. Um, Holly Berry,
Oh yeah.
Holly Berry, and actors. Eddie Murphy.
There we go, right there. You already know.
Can't leave out Eddie.
Okay. So now I got a good one. Here. Let's try this one. I'm pretty sure I already know 2 that you might bring up, but top 5 of anybody, doesn't matter whether it's a philanthropist, actor, whatever they've done. Top 5 people that are no longer here that you would like to spend the day with.
Oh, man. Top 5 people who are no longer with here that I would Maya Angelou, number 1. She's no longer with us. Um, Anybody else who's no longer here?
Would this help the question? Top 5 people you would like to be around. It doesn't matter if they're in the industry or not. They could be family members. They could be famous people. Anybody.
Mm, they have to be deceased?
Mhm.
Y'all killing me. Uh, I'm gonna be thinking about this all night on what I could have said.
If this will help you, I'll do some of mine. I
Yeah,
would
go
do
ahead.
Martin Luther King, because I will whoop anybody. I ain't gonna say it. I beat y'all down for messing with him in the first place. Mahatma Gandhi. I hang out with homie, get my piece on. Who else? Pee Wee Herman. I would have told him not to go into that movie theater. Um, who else? My homie. What's my man name from Florida Evans. Florida Evans from Good Times. I want to kick it with her because it look like she can
Mhm.
make a good salmon croquette. And who else? One more person that I want to kick it with that's gone. Uh, Probably Biggie, because just between him and Tupac, his CD was the best. That was it.
Okay, I got some. Thank you for that, putting that into perspective. I would definitely go with Aaliyah. I used to be a big, huge Aaliyah
Mm.
fan.
Mhm.
Um, Chadwick Boseman,
Mhm.
and I said Maya Angelou. We lost Cicely Tyson. I do want to be around her because she seems to be just so filled with wisdom, and
Mhm.
and just so much insight. And you know what, this gonna sound strange, but Duke Ellington,
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
a little jazz in there.
I feel you. My
You got
my
some
great uncle.
class.
That that
Ain't
that
nothing
kind of
wrong with
leads me
that.
into my top five. That leads me into my top five. My great uncle Buddy. My great uncle Buddy was a famous jazz legend in Lexington, Kentucky. And when he passed, I've seen pictures of him with Duke Ellington and uh man, I can't remember that lady's name, but anyways, we'll keep it moving. I would like to say, I would say, you know what? This is I'm gonna throw a curveball in there. I would say Betty White, okay? Because she was hilarious, especially at 90 something years old. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
I, I would also say Chadwick Boseman for sure. I would say Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Okay. Okay. You like it wild.
Okay.
I see you.
Yeah, you already know. I mean, because sometimes some of us is just misunderstood. You know what I mean? And last final, I would say, to be honest, this one's just a family member. I would say my grandpa Eugene, because he passed when I was one, and all I ever heard was I was just a twinkle in his eye ever since I was born as his first grandbaby. So yeah.
Shout out to that. Shout out
That's
to that.
good.
That's
Hey,
a good top
toast
five,
to
That's
my
that
good.
one.
brother.
That was good. That was good for all of us. That was good.
Good top five. Now, that's gonna lead us into a great segment, cause our lovely host Jennifer told us and put us on to Thoughts, her book. Now, your boy B.Mase did his research. I went through the book, and I want to let the author know herself what I thought about her book. First thing, A Heart for Love. I like that. Now, I'm gonna
Okay.
open up The Heart for Love, and I'm gonna give you the line that I want to run past you.
You gotta
What
tell
page
wait,
that's that?
you gotta tell the congregation what page you on.
We
Yes,
on
what
page
page?
3, y'all. Page
Okay.
A,
tres.
amen, amen. When you get to page 3.
Amen and
Amen.
amen.
All right. There's a line in there. Now I noticed in all of the poems, she comes strong in the first sentence or first paragraph. So pay attention. Then you're willing to share vulnerability, dreams, nightmares, and fears. If lasting impressions are all we have, that's how you know that you care about the well-being of the heart. You see yourself in that person. Now, please tell me, where were you at in life when you thought of that? Or what made you think of that line? You don't have to tell us where you were at in life, but give us some inspiration behind that line.
So I was actually watching the ending of The Photograph. So the movie with Issa Rae, and what's my guy name in the movie that starred alongside her?
We're gonna
What's
get it. 1 second. Hold on.
what's my guy name? Lakeith Stanfield.
Lakeith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Shout
Lakeith
out to
Stanfield.
Lakeith.
Shout out to Lakeith. I was watching the ending of the movie, and like they just, she flew across the country to be with him. She met him in Amsterdam to go to a concert. And she was like, I don't care if you, I think one of the lines was, I don't care if you live 1,000 miles away, we'll figure it out or something like that. And they, they just rode off in the sunset. Then the credits came up. But I was like, that is so sweet. Like you think about it, you think about just, being vulnerable or taking that risk or taking that leap. Um, and she saw herself in Lakeith, like she saw her future and was willing to just, jump for it. And I thought that that was pretty sweet. So yeah, that's what that came.
Okay. I definitely like that background of it because when I read it, I sure thought about it because it's a good thing, especially people in relationships. If y'all have someone that y'all can actually put into, and then you actually have a foundation, or you can trust them with your fears and your vulnerabilities. Because a lot of people throw that shit in your face. But I digress on that, and I will go on to the next one. We
Hold
are
on, hold
on
on.
page.
I just want to add too, like we didn't talk about top 5 favorite artists, but Robert Glasper is absolutely one of my top 5 favorite artists, and if you listen to the soundtrack to the movie, The Photograph, like, the score that he put at the end of that scene also painted some of the background for the piece that was written.
Okay, okay.
He produced the soundtrack to us for the movie, so yeah.
If we don't get the copyright, we definitely gonna put a little bit up in here, just a little
Hey,
smidge.
we got 15 seconds of a snippet I can put in there without them copyright infringement. Right?
A little bit.
Okay.
But I'm over here on page 10 now, people. We gonna
Okay.
jump over here to Smile. Now with Smile, I like this one because well, let me read the line first, and then I'll let y'all know why I like it. So with Smile, it says, I smile at the thought of your sweet kiss. I smile knowing we will experience the sun together. I smile at the future with no empty conversations, no filters, being in tune with you, your mind, your spirit. So please, what was your inspiration behind that?
Smiling like
Um,
she's doing right now.
my inspiration at the time, it would have been, someone that I encountered, you know, dated for a little while. And, just us dreaming, us thinking about the future, us believing in our aspirations and encouraging one another, and just having a lot of, great conversations, never a dull moment, and just, really clicking and connecting with a person. I think chemistry is absolutely important. Um, and so yeah, that's where it came from.
Dope, dope, dope. When I read it, I got the feeling of, yeah, you actually meeting somebody that actually puts joy in your heart and doesn't stress you out.
Yeah.
You can actually think about this person when they're not around, and then they just put a smile on your face. So I think
Mhm.
that'd be dope. If our fans are new to this book, y'all definitely need to get onto that Smile chapter and that
Let me
section and
add.
that page.
Let me add
Um,
to that, bro.
Go ahead.
Because you speaking the truth right there. I mean, you're talking to the choir, brother. Because we all look for that. When you talk about love, just the just the sound of their voice, the hearing their name being said to make you put a smile on your face. That's kind of where I get from. You know. So
Kudos to you, my brother. Kudos to you. Now we're gonna get to that next one. No, page 15. We're gonna say goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye, goodbye. Now, here's the line that I thought caught my eye. So, I never thought the truth would cut so deep. I never lived in reality. Instead, I showed you different parts of me. Placed my hands on top of yours, closed my eyes, wrapped myself in thoughts of serenity. Dived into love. I never lived in reality, and I blame me. Now, please tell our audience, what was your inspiration behind that line?
Um, I would have to say a failed relationship. I think, sometimes we will place people in different lights without noticing the red flags, right? Like not noticing you don't align with this person. You have different goals, you guys have different dreams, but in the moment, it feels good, right? In the moment, this person is your everything. And once that bubble bursts, or once you're no
Knocking them
longer
socks off.
once you're not at fantasy land anymore, it doesn't work, right? And it's like, who else is there to blame? You only can take accountability for yourself, for not really, recognizing what some of those red flags were or misalignments. So yeah, I mean it happens. It happens to all of us.
Yeah, this kind of hit me a little bit when I read it because it kind of took me down memory lane. Way, way young B.Mase. When I first got my heart broke, I would have to say it was a young lady I was talking to, and I was kind of like too deep into it, and then I kind of figured out it was bad for me. So I had to make myself say goodbye. So reading that let me know I was like, I'm not alone out here. Sometimes you gotta let go of some shit that ain't bad, that ain't good for you. Excuse me. Cause I
No,
ain't let go. I ain't let go of some of this bad stuff. Bad habits rock. But I will say that part you wrote in there, I totally agree with, and it definitely struck a chord with me. So thank you with that.
You're welcome. And I really, really hope that when people read this book, that it takes them to a place where they remember love in a very special way. You remember the good parts, you remember the bad parts, you remember those moments where you had to grow and learn from it. Because I think it's not something that we all really want to be vulnerable and talk about, right? But so many of us can relate. And like you said, shit happens. Like stuff really does happen. And it's no worry in that. Like it's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody next to you, to the left of you, to the right of you has been through something. We've all been through something. And so I just really hope that people resonate, with the book and can really find themselves in between some of these pages.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I remember you saying on the midday live show when DJ Spoil Milk, shout out to DJ Spoil Milk,
Yeah, shout out to
Steve
DJ Spoiled
Styles,
Milk.
and Miss Jazzer So Fierce.
Yes, Steve,
Much
Jasmine, the
love to
whole
all
midday
three of
live
y'all.
show. Those are my people.
Right. Um, I remember DJ Spoil Milk asked you, is this written from a female perspective or a male perspective? And you said you wrote it in the moment as a female perspective. But as I read through it, there's no such thing as a perspective, because whether you male or female, we done all been here.
Mhm,
We done all been through at least one or two of these pages in this book. And that's
mhm.
what I like about it.
Thank you. I didn't mean to like take over. So if you guys have any more questions
Oh
or
no,
No, you
this
good.
is
You
your
good.
show. This is
oh
your show.
People get to know you.
yeah, B.Mase, you got any more favorites?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So everybody, we're gonna turn to page 22. We're gonna get
Amen,
into the
amen,
life
amen.
in rear view.
Oh man.
All right. Now y'all sit tight with me while I get this one off. All right.
Pause.
No, we ain't pausing because we grown and sexy tonight. But I want to get to that line where we are. Okay. God damn it. I wrote down the shit. Say it on here. All right. Okay. I hope my eyes stay with you. I hope my moonlight stays with you. I hope I've left you with enough thoughts to stimulate you. I hope my hands held your heart long enough to ignite the very things that touch your soul as I blow out this candle. Please tell me what your inspiration was, and I got something for this one.
I think we've all had to you know your value, right? You know your value, you know your worth. You know what you bring to a relationship. You know what it will possibly feel like if you're no longer present in that relationship. And life in rear view, the inspiration behind that is really like saying, I hope you enjoyed the time that we've spent while it lasted, because I'm riding off into the sunset and I'm gonna be a distant memory. Like we'll both, go down our own paths of life. We'll both, be successful and find love in other places. But I know in the back of your mind, I'm gonna be there. And I'm gonna be, one of those people that you'll often think about.
Facts. Y'all know y'all done been in no relationships where y'all done took that person to a nice place and them motherfuckers still go to that place and like, hey, that's my place. You can't go to that restaurant no more. But they take all the sweet memories you done blessed them with, and then they act like they done came up with it them damn selves. How shame on you. Shame on you, cause I put you on. You didn't do that. I did that.
You okay over there, B-May?
Oh, we good.
You
We
got
just
him in
grown and
his
sexy.
fields
It's
tonight.
gone.
You got him in his fields tonight, Miss Ollie. You get the rare view, rare image of Mr. B-Mace today.
But
But
no,
I no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
No,
go
you.
ahead. No, I was just gonna say, I think life in review is it's just the reality, right? Like we broke up, we're moving on. Um, I'm saying goodbye and you saying your goodbye, and that's just it. It's I'm gonna be a memory in your mind, a fabric, a piece of your mind.
I'm your playbook.
It can go like that.
But
You
we're
got any
gonna
more,
get
B?
to another one. We're gonna go to page 36, ladies and gentlemen, which is called Tell Me.
Uh-oh.
That's one of my favorites.
We all think alike. So on this one, I'm gonna jump into Tell Me. I make you feel whole. And in return, I'll give it all back to you. Every desire, every moment, everything. Just mean it when you say it. Tell me you love me.
Now this no lie. I watched Love Jones for the 50 millionth time, and I was like, this will be so dope. Like, in any part of the film, it could have been during a love scene, it could have been during a rain scene, or it could have been, when they were at the poetry club. Like the intensity, the connection, the chemistry that Nina and Lorenz had in the movie. um I think that this could have just fit so perfectly. It's almost like you're staring the person in your face that wants to be with you. They breaking down walls, they're breaking down barriers, they're opening themselves up to you. They're telling you, like, I'm here, I want to be with you. And it's like, tell me over and over and over again, and I will relinquish my power or my femininity over to you. And I'm open. Like, I'm here to provide every desire, every moment, everything, like all of me. Like, you're truly opening up, and the two worlds are connecting. And it's like, just tell me over and over again that you love me. I hear
Mm.
you. I believe you,
Mhm.
but just keep telling me, because like we're in the moment. Like, either we about to separate or we about to go forward. And it's just that intensity, when you connect with someone.
And I would
Man,
have to say this is the dope part of this whole episode. We're reading the book and we actually have the author here. So she's giving her thoughts about thoughts. But I want to say the way that I perceived it was it's kind of like a man getting his ego stroke. Like, tell me that I'm this great person, or tell me that you love me, tell me that you need me. If you pour into me, I pour into you, which makes us stronger.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's how I
And I
felt.
mean,
Go ahead.
not now to be honest though, I mean, it has nothing to do, like I said earlier, there's no perspective, there's no male or female in this aspect, because if you really think about it, how many of us men have had our, significant others, whether it's, regardless of what your choice is, you know, or not let me rephrase that, not choice, but regardless of your preference, that significant other always tells, tell me you love me, tell me how much you love me. How many times do we hear that in relationships? Whether it's a man saying that to a woman or a woman saying that to a man. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. I think it's some sincerity behind that. It's,
Mhm.
and when you are open enough to do that, like, you open up doors of trust, you unlock levels of love that you never knew existed. Like, you go higher and higher and higher with the person, which I think is also something that I think is important in relationships. When you meet the right person and at that right moment, you're really able to open up and be so vulnerable. It's kind of like something that nobody can cut through. And I think that that's truly and powerful.
I don't know if
Facts.
anybody ever told you, Miss Ollie, but this book is breaking barriers right here. For real.
Nobody ever
Because
Facts.
said that, but thank you.
I mean, if you think about it though, I mean, because here's the thing, you know, I've been aged myself so many times on our episode. I'm 39. I'll be 40 this year. Okay. And all the years that I done been through dealing with people, it's one common factor that I've noticed out of a lot of the relationships where there was an issue. Don't nobody, like you said earlier, no one knows how to, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, relinquish their femininity to a man, and vice versa. A man relinquishing his masculinity to that woman. We don't, it's either you a city girl or a fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? And in this day and age, this book is going to help people understand. Hey, you just got to be vulnerable and for a moment, if
And
you can,
that's kind of one of the things I kind of also one of the reasons why I wanted to put the book out here is because like we live in a day and age of social media, instant gratification, instant relationships. What can you do for me? Can you buy me this bag? Can you buy me this piece of jewelry? Or, you know, you coming over, you about to, let's get down. Let's do what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is taking the time to talk about the layers of a relationship and getting back to falling in love and operating as a man, operating in the sense of, chivalry, a woman relaxing. We don't always have to be the boss of everything. We getting off work, like let's if we're gonna talk about entering our soft girl era, what does that mean? We have to be willing to relinquish a few things, being able to allow a man to lead, but having those sensible conversations to where we can put a relationship back together again because people are just drawing their own conclusions, and just making up things as they go, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a lot of conventional relationships, authenticity these days. Everything is kind of like in the microwave. So I wanted to kind of dial back and kind of take us back to the 90s a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
mixed with a little, uh millennial flow, 2024 flow, however you want to call it. But getting back to that place where, we can build and have better relationships. And even while doing this book, I'm like adding songs to a playlist because I write to music. So music is really, really
Mm-hmm.
important to me. And I listen to things and it provides that additional escape. So I created a soundtrack to the book that is online, it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify. But I just think it's stellar because it aligns itself. Like if you read the book from cover to cover, or even if you listen to the soundtrack, they align with each other so well. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Now,
Key
there's a
word.
method to my madness. Now, the last one we're gonna talk about is page 1, which
Okay.
is taking flight.
Okay. I hear
Now,
it.
I
Right there.
like this one from the line, I guess it's a blessing to be able to share my gift with the world. It's
Mhm,
also a blessing to return to something so unique that ironically serves as a form of therapy.
mhm.
Shedding old things, emerging into the new me. I wonder where it'll take me. Now, please shed some light on our audience with that.
Well, returning to something so unique that it ironically serves as a form of therapy is writing. Because I think writing had gotten away from me. I mommed, went to school, got all these degrees, and it was something that I had to shelf. Honestly speaking, like I had to shelf it because I had to be a mom first. And so now I'm able to pull it down off the shelf and it's just been so beautiful. And then I was so nervous with sharing my work with the world. Like I started out with a few of my friends, my family members, my number one critiques to see how they would feel about it. They like, no, we like it, we like it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna put it out here. So that's that part. And I have no expectations of the book. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know where this is gonna take me, but it feels good to know that I'm operating in my gift. It feels good to wake up every morning and just to say, like, if I were to pass away tomorrow, what did I do during my dash? From the time I was born to the time that I left this world. I truly know that writing is my gift. It keeps me up at night. It's something that I'm able to share with you, with the world, share with you all, being on this podcast or being featured, on a news clip or a book tour. This is my gift. We all have our gifts, and this is mine. So it feels so good to walk in purpose. Um, I'm trying to make sure I answer all your questions. And then just really stepping into like the new me. Like, I feel like the older you get, like I'm not 40 yet. I'm 38. I don't mind saying my age, it's fine. But like this on this side of life, it's like act 2 for me. You go through some things personally, you evolve and you grow, and this is act 2. So let's live act 2 out on my terms. Let's make sure we get all the things that Jennifer wants and can feel fulfilled in that way.
I like it. I like it. Before I get
Mhm.
my thoughts out, I definitely want to say I like how you changed up the format where you have like some pages where it looks like it's written and then
Mhm.
some are type. I like that. I like the different contrast. But reading the taking flight, I kind of relate with that because a lot of times I used to be outside a lot when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I kind of stay inside. But I used to feel like when my friends had me outside, they'd be like, "Man, bro, we had fun, Joe. Man, we had so much fun." And then when I kind of bless people with my presence, it kind of lightens up the situation. This is just my personal experience. I can't speak for everybody else, but for my personal experience, I feel that once I bless people with my presence or I come out for certain things, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know who you gonna run into, who you gonna meet. You never know how the night gonna turn out. You never know what'll happen if you don't show up, or if you don't do it, or if you don't present your full self out to the public. So you giving us those words, I definitely felt it was important for me to give them back to you to see where you were coming from, to let you know where I saw your words and how I dissected them. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. And I wanted to start the book with a handwritten poem and I wanted to finish with a handwritten
Mhm.
poem, just so people can further grasp some level of authenticity, and just to kind of break up the monotony of, the format. So I hope that that also resonated with someone as well. Just trying to be as genuine as possible through writing.
Oh, this is genuine. So real quick here. So now that we done skimmed through B.Mase's favorites, I want to ask everybody, all three of us, what's your number one favorite in this book? And the insert that really got you on that number one poem. We're gonna start with B.Mase.
It would have to be Smile,
Okay.
because it was the insert where it was at the thought of you, I smile.
Okay. Okay.
Because a lot of
Miss.
us, we all look for that happiness, like you said, we all look for it, and once we find it, we definitely don't want to let it go sometimes. But
Mhm.
Miss Ollie.
One of my favorite pieces in here is called Giving. It's on page 42.
Uh-huh.
Um, and the line that sticks with me, is a little bit, so I say in here, I say, I want us to be aligned, but not forced. I want you to wake up every day and choose me by choice. That's one of my favorite poems, one of my favorite lines, because I think as women, we need to get back to the days of when a guy chooses you and not trying to force something. Organic connections are out there, they exist, they can happen. You don't wanna find yourself in a situation where you're overreaching. If a guy likes you, or if a man wants to be with you or talk to you, he's going to make a way. He's going to wake up and every day, he's gonna choose you by choice. And it doesn't have to feel forced. You don't have to plan a date. You don't have to joke about a date. They gonna plan it. And I really like that, and towards the end, the poem, I say, "Take a walk with me because I wanna give you all that I've got." And I think when you arrive at a place where the feeling is mutual, 2 parties are unattached, they coming together, ain't no drama, you willing to give more, you wanna give all that you got, so, yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces.
Okay. Okay. Now I may sound like a broken record because when DJ Spoiled Milk was on this episode, that was just after you was on the midday live show, and I said the same one, which is the folds of you. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
that
that's a
one,
favorite
that
piece.
that's my favorite one right there. To fit into the folds of you allowed me to rest. Perfect puzzle pieces fit. I don't believe I was equipped to withstand when those pieces were slightly broken. Now, I mean, first and foremost, it's just like I'm 6'1", okay? And to have that perfect puzzle piece that just fits right in here, whether we laying down, sitting, or walking, it just connects. And sometimes, it could be broken. You might feel like it's broken. That first argument might feel like, oh my God, my world's coming down. But it's not necessarily that. It's a work in progress. We all are, you know. I love that. That's mine right
I'm glad that you got your one.
there. So B.Mase,
Now,
you know what time it is.
now the reason I chose Taking Flight as our last page to talk about was because tonight's Cool as Hell award just happened to be in the got air. So we're going to pass it around to our guest and our bro, and we're going to talk about this skydiving attempt, which looked like it was coordinated, but didn't actually go as planned.
Oh shit. I'm fucked. Oh shit. I'm fucked. Oh shit. I'm fucked.
So first I'm going to pass it on to Jennifer, and then I'm going to pass it on to my bro Ken, and then I'll close it out for the night. So Jennifer, please enlighten our audience on what you thought of tonight's Cool as Hell award winner.
I mean, that took a lot of bravery, like to do that. And it's something I've never seen before, and I can't quite say that I would do that, but it was cool as hell. I mean, they definitely took flight. They definitely took flight. Yeah, you won't catch me up there doing anything like that.
Didn't look like they was catching anything as well, except other people's shoots. But I definitely like your views on this. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to my brother Ken. Hey Ken, what you think about tonight's Cool as Hell award winner?
Okay, now first and foremost, homie, cool as hell. Because if hold my beer and watch this was a real person, face ass. Okay, number one. Because I mean, my man's came in a little too strong. Pull that cord back a little bit and slow down, homie. You know what I'm saying? He came in so fast, he took down the whole left side of the whole whatever they was trying to build in the air. Now I'm gonna tell y'all right now, because I did look it up. It requires you to do at least 6 hours, 6 flight hours before you can solo skydive. Now keep in mind, 6 solo hours, it seems like not that much time, but when you're skydiving, that's a lot because per jump is only about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. So it took you 6 hours to even get certified to solo skydive. So you got some kind of common sense. So slow down, bro. I don't know what your hurry and your rush was, but slow down, okay? Be easy. Because you just fucked up everybody's whole day. If I believe I could fly was a person, that would be you, okay?
I don't think 6 hours is enough to learn how to skate.
Well, again, it's like I said, if you think about it, each jump is only 10 minutes. So to achieve 6 hours, you get what I'm saying? That's a lot of jumps.
If
6
I'm
hours equivalent at 10 minutes at a time.
you're right. But if I'm gonna learn how to skydive, I'm gonna take some months of training before I do that. But you're right. To your point, you are right.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest Jennifer and my bro Ken gave us some great thoughts on this. And I don't know how this can just fly away, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to capture what I can. But a bunch of falling dominoes from the sky kind of looks similar to what this shit was happening. Cause Buddy found out that whoever was running the train on his wife was the person under that chute. And he got under all of their shoots. He took
Damn.
all of that shit. Even Gary Busey from the movie Drop Zone wanted to get in on this and have a villainous laugh on the way down. How the hell you gonna start some shit and then try to cut out? You ain't shit.
Oh.
Dude, you bogus as hell. Trying to act like Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible Fallout. This ain't no stunt and you ain't Tom Cruise. So please, don't do none of this dangerous stuff in the air. He might have been the instructor, y'all. He just was coming in and trying to stop their ride because they check bounced. But I digress. I just wish he keep playing. Well, my brother said it. He's like, what was it? Fuck around and find out. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Keep playing with me, and I'll knock all this shit over. All right. Y'all understand where we're going with this? Instead of gangland, it was gang air. They was getting all the territory fucked up out there. But after starting the shit, I don't know why he wanted to cut out, but I envisioned him just falling and laughing with an evil grin. But if you're gonna fall down, please fall down into our area and accept this award because you fucking deserve it.
Again, we would like to say thank you, Miss Ollie, for gracing our show with your presence and your thoughts into Thoughts, your book. Okay.
Y'all better go get it.
It's
Hey.
on Amazon. You guys can-
Amazon. It's a dub. We all can afford a dub. Come on now. Stop playing with me. I expect everybody to order one. You did?
Thank you all
Miss
for
Ollie.
having me. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad I was able to, have some rare and authentic conversation with you guys about my project.
Of course. We definitely like to
appreciate it.
support people who are talented, especially from our area. So I'm glad you talented and educated because this would have been a hard conversation.
Thank you, B.Mase.
Right? Miss Ollie, you got any special things coming up? This is going to air next week.
No, last week I was a part of Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health Normalized Therapy Cafe. I went to their open mic on Monday. So they do an open
Mhm.
mic every last Sunday of the month. So I'll be going back there on April 28th. But as far as anything upcoming, no, but things are in the works. Something can change tomorrow, but nothing on the books just yet.
Gotcha. Hey, like she said, Amazon. Go look up the book. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of your company and your social medias?
Yes, you can find me at A Written Dream, so A Written Dream on Instagram. My website is awrittendream.com. You can find thoughts, the Amazon link, the Spotify link, the playlist. It's all on my Linktree / A Written Dream. It's on the Instagram handle as well. All links are there. And yeah, that's it.
B.Mase.
Yep, I just want to give a shout out to our lovely guest, Jennifer Ollie, for coming on and blessing us with her presence and also giving her insights on her book thoughts. I definitely want to give a shout out. My bro already shouted them out earlier, but I want to shout out to the Midday Live crew for always being family for us and putting us on to Miss Jennifer Ollie because I was asleep. Now I'm awake. Thank you.
And I also want to say happy National Poetry Month. April is National Poetry Month. So I'm hoping that, the book can be seen in different spaces and different places. We're going to speak it to the existence that I'll get on the Val Warner show this month. We're going to put that out there.
Okay.
And we're going to go from there. We're going to keep rocking. I really appreciate y'all rocking out to my thoughts.
Middle fingers and thumbs, get them together. Get
You
them
already know.
together. And shout out to the
And
feds for getting down on Diddy because he bogus as shit. But I'm going to go ahead and give it to my co-host to close us out for the night. And shout out to our fans for always being loyal.
and first and foremost, let me ask you one more question, Miss Ollie, before I wrap this up. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Libra.
Okay, makes sense. Got it. Okay. And I'm mad that she took exactly right. The balance. I'm mad that you took it out of my mouth because that's the exact reason why we picked this date to to record so you could be the first one of April because it's poetry month. You did? Come on. It's a
Yes,
method
thank
to all
you.
of our madness, Ma. Come on now. You already know. But hey, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when our show will arrive. Again, thank you, Miss Jennifer Ollie. Thank you to the Midday Live Show. That's Steve Styles, Miss Jasmine So Fisk, and the one and only DJ Spoiled Milk. That stank, okay? Appreciate all of you guys, fans. Much love and respect. I'm out this bitch. Peace.
Buy y'all some love.
Real love.
Y'all know what time it is. 2 drinks
Colbert or Colbert?
with the fellas.
Oh, I think you know.
This is more than a podcast with some real life conversations. Better get your drinks ready.